Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. We've got an absolute journal of Ironmans to do at the moment. We've now got stages 15 to 22. That's 8 stages of the Fanhome release of Build the Ironman Mark III Armour. Now what you're about to watch was filmed on a live stream on Wednesday night for patrons, but it has been edited down now for the general community, and I've used loads of cameras which the Patreon users didn't see. I had a special camera for the Patreon users. Now I've broken this down into the 8 stages. There wasn't a lot to do in these stages and we did get through them quite quickly, but if you want to get this for yourself all the way from pack 1, I'll put the link down here to the Fanhome website and you can join me in building this model. But I think we'll just get on with it now, so without further ado, let's get cracking. So in stage 15, as you can see, we're going to start working on the elbow joint and just piecing one side of that together. We've obviously done the helmet, which lights up, as you can see. We've done the arc reactor. We've done the boot, which looks like that. Press buttons so you can see things light up. There we go. And then finally, we've done the arm. Now with the arm, as you can see, the hand is not flopping around as much anymore. That's because I've been using Mrs. Welder Wayne's nail varnish anti-chip top coat just to thicken up that joint so it's got a little bit more play in it. But that is the arm. Now obviously, by the look of it, we're starting this issue with the left arm. This is the right arm here. But what we've got to do is, obviously we've got the elbow joint here. This elbow joint is plastic, and then we're going to be putting these washers over the top, 1 and 2, and then we've got these 2 sides of the elbow joint. I'm just seeing if they are marked inside. This one goes that side, and this one, stand by, goes that side. That's right. And basically this is going to go on here like that, and this one here is going to go like that. Can you believe that is one stage completed? So in stage 16, we're going to be piecing together the other side of the elbow joint. Okay, so once again, we've got the plastic elbow joint here. I'm going to be putting the washers over the top, 1 and 2. And this time we've got the holder here for the armor plate that's going to go onto this bit of the arm. There we go. That's in like that. Then we're going to be piecing what we've just put onto this section here without these washers falling out. So I'm going to sandwich it together like that, and there we go. We have got one working part. Just making sure that looks okay. It does look like the pictures. 2 screws to put in there, and these are GP screws, and we'll put 1 screw just in this side over here. Make sure that's nice and tight, and then grab another one and we'll put that in the other side. I just want to make sure this has actually got some resistance on it, otherwise you're going to be cracking the thing open again, so that these don't flop around afterwards. But they should be able to hold their own weight like that. But that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 17, we're going to be starting to do the forearm here and piecing that together with the elbow joint that we've already created. Okay, so what we're doing, we've got these 2 parts here. This is metal, just so you know, but this part here is plastic. So not a lot of difference in the paintwork, but obviously you can tell the metal one is a lot more shiny. And then we've got this gold bit of armor here. And that, to start off with, is just going to go up to the top here. So I'm guessing we've got some lugs just on this side, which are going to be pushed into these 3 holes. That clips itself in, no problems there. And then on top of that, we're going to be putting this section here, which again has got a lug at the bottom to go in that hole there. So that goes on top, and we're going to be securing that together. So I've got an IP screw in here. That's going to go into this hole just there. Now we're ready to actually put this into the elbow joint, and it's the longer part of the joint that we need first. That's going to go over the square here into the hole there. So this is going to go on just like that. It's going to be held in on that one point there with a DM screw. Once again, we're going into metal. So for these, let me just get my tools out of the way. I am going to put this in a little bit of oil. And I'll put one in this side first. Make that nice and tight. Excellent. And then the other one just into that square hole that we use to actually line this up. God, my screwdriver's not holding very well today. Might have to remagnetize that. Okay, a little bit tighter. And there we go. That's that side in. So obviously the elbow joint moves, and that's what that looks like from that side. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 18, we're going to be doing the other side of the forearm here, including the pivot joint and the wrist joint for the hand. Okay, so just like last time, we've got a metal section here, looks like that, and we've got this plastic section, which is going to go pretty similarly. You can see the lugs here, just going to go into the holes here. Push that in. And even though that's in, we are going to reinforce that with a screw. And the screw they want us to put in, again, is an IP screw. There we go. Let's screw that in. Now we need the 3 points here to actually make a joint. So we're going to take this part here and this part, and this is going to go into there. So we've got a pivot there. But to do that, we need to put a screw all the way through there, and that's a JP screw, really long one here. So I've got that here. Not sure what side it goes in. I'm thinking this side, because you're never going to get it in that side. It's only got a small hole. I just answered my own question there. So once we've got that there, we just make sure that we get the collar now and put that over the top here. There is a certain way this has got to go. So make sure you follow the pictures for where we put this over the top. Okay, so we've done that. What we're going to do is we're going to be piecing one of these sections into here. And there we go. That's how that's supposed to sit in. You do expect that to actually go the full length, but they've definitely got it in this way. And then we're going to piece that together with the other side here, making sure that goes over the top. I'm just making sure everything links together. That's gone together perfectly there. And as you can see, that is in there, still able to move. We're going to hold this together with EM screws. Going to take 3 of those. So just ensuring that's dripped in a bit of oil, because we are going into metal. I'll put these screws in, making sure they're really tight. We don't want this parting. We have now got a forearm in place where the hand can fit and the elbow joint is there. And that looks just like that. That's all there is to do in that stage. Now in stage 19, we're going to be creating the elbow joint, or the armour for the elbow joint, and we're just going to be piecing this onto the parts that we've already made. So first thing we're going to do, the section that we've already put the screws in there, we're going to be shielding that off with this clip here. That's just going to go on top and pushed into place like that, so we can't see any screw holes anymore. Then we're going to be taking the elbow armour joint here, and we're going to be pushing these sections in. We've got one that says L2, one that says L1, and it's mirrored on the other part here. We just need to make sure we put these in the right way. So this one is going in here. You have got 2 different size lugs as well, so it's going to help to line them up, he says. There we go. So that's one in. Put the other one on the other side. This one's L2. Push that in, and that's in perfectly. Then all we're going to do is press this onto this square here. Just seeing what way round it goes. They've got it with the lines here pointing down towards the forearm, so it goes on this way. Push that in, and there we go. That's the elbow joint completed, and that's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 20 here, we're going to be working on the shoulder joint here, putting some friction discs in to help that out, and then when that's done, we've got a completed shoulder joint. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this section here, and we're going to be putting one of these pads on the front and the back of it. These are what the pads look like. they have got a little hole in the middle. Do you remember these? These used to put them on your A4 folders to keep them nice and neat in school. Or was I just the... I was like the only one that did that. I was the person in school that had like my folders all had colour dividing files, and once a page had been finished I put one of these rings over it to keep it safe. So that's those in. We've got 2 of these to go in as well, obviously not the rough sides, just these sides here. So just apply another sticker over the top here. I'm going to do that for both sides here, so on the other side here as well. All into place. So we've got these sections here. I'm just putting them into place where they go. And they want them to go down on top of these. So one in here. Ah, there we go. We got it. Right. Turn it over. How are we going to do this? So we've got to sandwich pretty much all of this together. That's meant to go over the top like that. That's better. It's fitting more flush now. I just have them in the wrong way. So there you go. I make mistakes so you don't have to. If you're building this for the first time, you need to make sure you've got them in the right way. And screw that together. There we go. Tight as I can get it. And we have a joint that works. And that is all there is to do in that stage. Now in stage 21 we've got the expandable section here, which is going to be on a spring, and then we're going to be having this all connected and armoured up, ready to attach to the main arm. Place the frame that we've just made here, looking like that, and we need to fix a screw to this hole here. So that end is going to be going over the joint there, which means we need to piece that together with a HP screw. And I'm guessing we're putting one on each side. I don't know how far it wants me to screw that in, but that spring, is in place. Doing the same on the other side. Again, get this lined up. When I do detail work like this, I tend to hold the screwdriver like a pen. Just gives me a little bit more control. Whether it works or not's another thing, but it makes me feel like I'm doing something. That's not in. It is now. Tighten that one up. Excellent. So we've got both of them in. Now we need to slide in this metal section here. Just seeing if it's got a certain way it needs to go. It looks pretty similar both ways. You must make sure the notch faces this direction. But that's going to go in here, and then we're going to be hooking the ring from the other side over the top of each side. Just needs brute strength. There we go. That's one in. Do the other one here. Over the top. That's 2 in. So now when we pull this out, we've got resistance, as you can see there. So that worked a treat. Excellent. Okay, then we've got the 2 sides of the shoulder joint, which we're just going to be piecing together now. I'm going to put the wrong one in the wrong hole. There we go. That's one side in. There we go. So there we go. We've got a shoulder joint made, and we've got this little section here that we don't do anything with. So that is all there is to do in that stage. And in stage 22, we're going to be applying some resistance pads again on this, and then we're going to be piecing the whole arm together. So it looks like that. So first thing I'm going to do is take the arm. This is going to be going inside just like last time, where the square is fitting over that square just there. It's going to go in this way, I'm guessing, like that. There we go. So that's in. We're going to be screwing that in with an EM screw. But before we do any of that, let's take that back out again. It wants me to put a sticker on these bits here. I can't remember if I did this on the last one. And I'm guessing this is probably to get some friction on there. So there's one on there. We'll put one on the other side. Excellent. So we've done that. Go back to what we were doing. This one's going on there like that. This is going to be held in with how many EM screws? They've only said one, but I have got a hole for two here. Fit the assembly to the outer and use one EM screw. Okay, I'm going to use one EM screw because that's what it tells me to do. For a change, I'll actually do the instructions. Then we're going to take the shoulder joint here and we're going to be putting this clip into the end like that. Whoops. These two sections here. So that's in. And that's going to be held in with two EM screws. One at the top, which slipped off again. There we go. And one at the bottom. That's the shoulder joint attached. That's two in place, which means all we've got to do now is put the top cover over, making sure everything clips into place. I mean, it does go together nicely when it needs to. And then we're going to be putting another two EM screws in there just to keep those together. That's one. And finally, number two, make that nice and tight. Does my picture look like the picture here? It certainly does. I'm pretty happy with that. So that is a finished left arm, I guess. Kind of. We need to put the hand on and attach it to something at the top. We've obviously got a long way to go for it to look like that one. But there's two in place there. They do look very similar. So I'm guessing I've done everything right. But that's all there is to do. And there you go. That is the finished result. And that is all there is to do in that. I haven't got any more Iron Man armors here at the moment. I am aware I'm quite behind everyone else at the moment. But when we get the next delivery, it will be back to the normal format for that. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.